Alright, let me just turn this down a bit. Alright, so... actually, let me do this, and let me just actually turn down here a bit. It's kind of loud for me. There we are. Oof. Alright. Actually, let me turn down just a bit more. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Now. Oh, don't mind me just... Oh. Oh no, I did it all in the same layer. There we are. There we Love it. But, essentially, today, we are focusing on hair. Yeah, it's okay. But, yeah, this is going to be our focus for today. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm making it fancy, just because I feel like it. Ugh. Or just the H, I guess. That's all I feel like doing. Anyways. What we've got here, or what I've got lined up, I should say. Well, I think I'll just have to set it up real quick, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos set up. Sorry, good chocolate. Each with their own thing. So I'm gonna do 5, 6 maybe? How about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last little bit is just for... Okay. What the heck? Oh. Whoa. What happened there? Let me just zoom out a little bit. Okay. Oh. Hang on, let me just... Always gotta get the practice in. There we are, got a little bit better. Oof. Okay. Alright, and let me just I keep my wrist a bit loose here. So if I do a lot of these and I tense up, that's not going to be really good. So, I use my whole arm here. Get these straight lines. Oh, fix my posture. It's always good to warm up. And get this stuff in here. Get these circles in. There's a lot of things I can do as warm up here, but this one I feel like kind of gets me ready quick enough. I usually also practice some 3D shapes, which I will do in just a second here, just after this, because I feel like I'm gonna need that extra warm up here. Slowing it down. So I want these circles to connect a bit, at least. All right. And let me just... So let's go with just a regular ass cube. Or something cube-like at least. It's going that way, so this gotta go a bit that way there. It's gotta go that way. Go that way. It's gonna be a little less angled there. It's a bit more straight down. Gotta be angled in a bit more here. It's gotta be angled up a bit, and this gotta be angled in a bit. There we are. Let me make sure. Get this in. Things seem like they're lining up properly enough. Oops, that's not centered. Where? That looks a bit lopsided. A bit here. I think it's probably this angle here. Down here. Let me also... This would be about halfway here. It's got to be in between those angles. This has also got to be about in between those angles. That looks... Yeah, this one was way too slanted up here. This guy here is okay. This guy here needs to be a bit down here. This guy's got to match that a bit. This guy's got to come up a bit. This guy's got to straighten up. That looks a bit better there. Fixed it up a bit. This guy's not... There we are. Alright. Something like that, and then something like this, and here to there. It's kind of like that. Let's say it's something like that as well, except it would be more round. So it'd be something like that. Something like that, and then something along these lines. So I got these totally lopsided. They're not perpendicular at all. It's gotta kind of go like that. So I'll just real quick put that in a proper quarter. That's better. It's also very, just not an even ball in general or a good circle, but what you gonna do, right? It's or something like that. Ooh. when, because we're doing hair, go do a cone. Cone. And that cone's attached to, oops, trying to straighten that out. Let's go with that. Cone's attached to another cone. Once we get that in, that's attached to another point over here. Alright. There we are. Something like that. Yeah, good enough. If you don't see it, that's alright. I'm seeing what I choose to believe here. Alright. Now, let us... Okay, let me pause this sucker. Okay. So, let me set up another source here. Oh, okay. I had... Okay, hang on. This one's gonna be... not Discord. This guy. Alright, perfect. And this guy is going to be a primary monitor. Okay, and that is going to be I'm going to shrink that down a bit. I'm going to put it, I think, over this section here, because that's, okay. I'm going to put it there. Okay, very tiny, but I don't want it covering up too much, I guess. I want you to see, I don't think layers matter, actually. Put it from the corner down here. Scale it up a bit. All right. Whoa, just my head. Yummy. Okay. So, first one we got here. Okay. Let me write down. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there, that's straight enough. That's a good section. This is a good section. I'll just partition this. Ugh. And I will split this into that. This can be split into this. And this can be split into this. Something along those lines. All right. Zoom in here. Something about this. Okay. That's good. Okay. And this is Foaming. Store drawing. So we'll go tutorial by tutorial here. Watch a bit. Captions are on. Sweet. I might have this on. Okay. They do multiple examples here. Okay, we'll do a little bit here. Do a little bit here. See what they're proposing.
안녕하세요, 조명입니다.
Hello.
오늘은 드디어 머리카락을 그려볼 거예요.
Okay.
총
Let's see.
7개의 머리카락을 그려볼 건데요. 그런데
Alright.
머리카락을 그릴 때 가장 중요한 건 머리카락이 아니라 머리의 형태입니다.
Sounds good.
그래서 여러분들이 오늘 영상에서 제가 조금은 빠르게 얼굴 형태를 그리고 난 다음에
Okay.
그 다음에 머리카락을 그려볼 테니까 여러분들도 같이 한번 따라해 보시면 좋을 것
Draw
같아요.
with them. Alright.
영상이 조금 빠르다면 속도를 조금 늦춰서 보시면
Nah,
됩니다.
no chance. I'll
제가
just pause.
머리카락을 그리는 원리는 간단합니다.
Alright.
실제 머리통을 예쁘게 그린 다음에
Okay.
그 위에 가발을 얹듯이 얹는 거예요.
Alright.
머리통과 상관없는 머리카락이 되게 많아요. 예를
Okay.
들어 이런 것 같이.
True.
근데 저는 이렇게 하진 않습니다.
Yeah, okay.
실제 머리의 크기를 정하고
So he's...
그 위에 정말로 머리카락이 어느 정도
Okay.
솟아 올라왔는지 그걸
makes
생각하면서
sense.
그립니다. 오늘 영상으로 많은 도움이 되길 바라요.
Okay. Just going to draw a face real quick. Yeah, I'll just do something also pretty simple there. Let's something like somewhere there. Since we're drawing the hair, we won't worry about too much hairline. Hairline's about there, I think. Or at least I'm saying it is. Hang on, let's... So, let me just see. That's the hairline. Okay. Okay, wait. That's covering up what he's actually drawing there. So, that's the... Hang on, okay. Because that's the hairline, that's the start of the flow there. And that's like the partition. Okay. Let's see this. Okay. I see kind of like a choppy bang there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So just establish a flow there in the gravity. Very simplistic. Okay, is there... Ooh. He puts a face on there. Makes sense. I'm not going to worry too much about the face right now. Okay. Is that... That's just the... It's just the... It's the hairline, but he starts a bit above it. Okay, let's see, finishes drawing the face here. Oh, he just starts on the next one there? Okay, so let me, okay. So, that'd be like something like, just a bit above this guy. Oh, just a kunk, kunk, kunk. Yeah, this is a bit. Something like that. Oof. Very uneven. Yeah, all right, we're not worrying too much about it. So something like this. Takes the. Oof, that's the brow. That's that forehead a bit down there. Okay, so we'll start about right there. And let's part it like about there, I think, right? So then he wants to kind of establish the flow. So just come down here because of gravity. So start about there, kind of come down here. Oops, that'll be a bit curled up. This will be curled up a bit because it's following the shape of the head. It'll get longer around here. Okay. And then it'll do kind of the same here. I'm just going to make this head on here. And I'll start doing an angle. And then it's just gonna, that's gonna come up to here. That's gonna come up to here. That's gonna kind of like, and then, you know, it's coming out here. And, you know, okay. Now once it got that there, starts kind of blocking it in a bit. Yeah, it looks like he's, so the parts here, let's get it something like that. It's got it straight, and then the bendy parts on the outside of the flow here. This is gonna be very blocky here. That's all right, we're learning here. I'm gonna chop that a bit. That's gonna kind of pop up there. So that's kind of, it's that little guy here. It's kind of, he's got a bit of chop here. Oh, very messy hair. Yeah, let's actually just make it all kind of, that works a bit better. Not the coolest hairstyle, clearly, but if it works, we'll keep it going. Okay, and then oh, did it make a, yeah, okay, and then that's gonna kind of down here. So kind of chop down here. That's kind of, there we are. Yeah, it was a bit too close up here. But it shouldn't deviate. It looks like it shouldn't deviate far from the top of the head to the top of the hair there. Yeah. Just for fun. Like, goof. Goof. Something like. Alright. That's a bit better there. Yeah, whatever. Alright. So, let me just kind of define that hair a bit there. Okay, and the ear. Put that kind of there. Alright, just to kind of show where it kind of comes from. This is all me, I didn't just see this or anything, I don't think this, I'm just making shit up. Okay, let's just kind of, should come thinner at the top. Oof, uneven haircut. Never get me as your barber. Here it comes out here. Okay, and let's get that there. And there's there. There. It's kind of there. This there is kind of there. So, not a great haircut, but we're getting there. Also, definitely not this hair. This hair is very different. Okay, I think I got that set down there. So let me actually try to follow along kind of what he's got here. So let me lock in a bit. Oh, my head. Lock in a bit real quick. I'm just gonna kind of boom. Just kind of and human head is kind of more like boom. Okay. And then and this human head kind of comes in a bit more. Okay, something like that. And boof, boof. Something like that. Okay, so something like boof. Cool. All right. Or some more down. Yeah, I'll figure it out. So that's too high. Okay, so I here. Nose would kind of go here. And the mouth would kind of go here. Ish. That's about it. Right. Bonk. 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 Okay. Something like that. Right. All right. Because we're kind of just focusing on here. All right. Whoa. That's kind of goblin here. A bit. Okay. All right. All right. So head's about here. Goes in there. Head's kind of this to this to kind of this shape-ish. All right. So might have to lock in a bit. Let me go a little soft eraser here. It's a bit lighter. Perfect. All right. So what do we got here? Okay, so he's Oh, of course, the hairline. All right. That's gonna be. That's gonna be about up to here. Goof, goof, goof. Up and down before the ear, and then back again. Really. Okay, hairline is gonna be kind of like there. So totally different angle than what he's got. That's all right. I think my eyes are too close together on this guy. Yeah, actually. This is a bit too this to kind of more like this. I don't know if that's any better at all, but that is closer than before. Thanks. So this should be just wider in general. And I'm getting caught up in the wrong details, but there we are. Something like that ish. Who cares? Personally, right now. Oh, that's why it's too that's slightly better. That means I gotta fix the hairline though. It's gotta. That's a bit. All right, so hairline sort of established. Established enough. Now we're working on our 3D form and whatnot. Okay, we got the. We need the flow here. So we got the center of the head. This is centered here. I'll choose this. And we'll go right to the back of the head here. I guess that's from the flow to the peak. And we've decided that the bangs start here. So it flows off the side of the face here. So it kind of goes like that. This one goes here in front from the top. This one goes down, curls behind the ear. I guess continues downward. And then from the back of the head here will go down, over the head, and down as it follows gravity. So while this head doesn't look great, it's also definitely angled the wrong way, which is probably mostly due to this. Yep, there's the mouth. We'll just go like that. We will. So he starts doing that. Start doing kind of like a bulbish shape, very anime. Starting here, starting jutting out a bit and cutting down here. And he kind of comes around on this end. And also adds another detail here. Let's just solidify that. It doesn't fully connect them. At least not fully like that. He does this here and this to kind of add to it. Oh, very banana is what I've got here. He's got a lot more shape here. Let's see what he adds next. He kind of finishes off the remaining portion here with that kind of like a oh, I'm totally covering up her eyes. Okay. I see, actually. Okay. Let me just back out of here. So it's because I've got a different face angle here. It's not going to look quite right. So So this starts with this guy here. So his kind of comes down right, okay, through the forehead. So our hairline's here. This is where we decide to start. That's where it juts. So his actually should, since we got a slightly different angle, come a bit more straight down here. And then like this, and we'll, oh, I see. I got mine starting up too high there. It's supposed to be like a split off here, kind of. Should start on this end to kind of, that's a bit too much. There, something like that. And then this will be a tighter gap since it's just on the other side of that nose there. And this will kind of be like, we'll make that stronger. So we kind of like something like that, except it goes up here. And then this will actually be kind of like around a bit. Because it's come around kind of there. We'll actually kind of go like that. And so the next one should also kind of jut out a bit from the top. Okay, this next one's actually a long one. He's kind of leaving it a blank in between. So that one. Oh, what does he do there? Just kind of. Oh. Because he's just drawing right over here, which is fine. I think it's supposed to signify going behind, though. Right? Yes, that one's supposed to go behind. But this one is kind of... This one is kind of... Except that one actually curls in, because hair does kind of curl inward a bit. There we are. So a little bit like that. And then this one kind of goes from the back of the head to like that. Let's say like something like that. I would like add just a little something there. Ooh. And then it's already got a little bit up here. Kind of head towards the crown. This guy goes a bit behind the ear. So this I'll just this is where the split happens. I'll just this one kind of over the neck or something. Then it kind of from the just kind of a little bit. Just something like that. And just add a little bit of that to that. Then that wouldn't be quite right because I would have to come out from over there. Maybe something like that. And then so, wow. So this is way, I brought that hair way down. Forehead's big, but it's still, I still made the hair very long. All right. But let me just I'll just do kind of something like. Yikes. Something like. Yeah. Yeah, this is why I'm kind of focusing on the hair right now. This is a man now. Easy fix. Boom. But getting a little bit better. But of course, this guy, I made this a bit too far on the back here. Let me clear some of this off. Bit too much substance here. That's a bit better. So I wouldn't be too far off the like that. It's kind of trim out this character. Boom. Something along those lines. Okay. Let me actually just check out one of his shorter hair. Oh, hang on. Let me just see this. Okay. How did he set this one? Oh, from the side here. So so it's kind of, let's see the hairlines. Okay, it's the hairline. Hairline seems to be just the, let's see if it holds true. Okay, hairline is still the hairline. Just kind of the, oh, I see. Right, then that's kind of an odd spot. Oh, I see. Well, okay, no, that makes sense. She had a part, long hair, this one here, and then the start of the part, and then the crown is probably somewhere around here. This one is just no part, just crown. Everything's sourced from the crown here. So it would be like it's looking kind of like then something like, there's a lot of like that, then something like that, maybe a little bit of that. So like that'd be like a let's just make it puffy here. Okay. And it looks like something like that. Ash, and his ear would be like poof. And some ear would be like poof. And it's like doof, doof. Okay. Poof, poof. Yeehaw, alien. Is for me. We're just having fun here as well. Also, the ears would definitely be like more like somewhere around here then. Actually, a bit higher. So maybe I had them sort of right. Definitely not up here. And the hair would be like this, and the crown would be more here, and you'd see some going back. Let's just fix that. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just fooling around. There we are. What a cutie. Except he's not. He's ugly. Alright. Intriguing. That one actually had a bit of a backflow here. Cool. Of course, mine doesn't look good like him, but I'm seeing what he's putting down. He's doing kind of a chunk here with a couple chunks in between, kind of like that, and then he offshoots here. Then he likes to kind of do something like that, and that's a boom. The overlap there is what makes that hair and some of the follow through as well. Well, that one. Not like that, but something like that. You know how it goes. How it be. Hmm. Where am I getting these? Whoa, where'd all these Tumblr notes come from? Also, my girlfriend is texting me. Let me check on that real quick. Oh, it's not even English. Two. There we go. All right. I think, let me just check out the short hair, because the short hair is something I always struggle with. Ooh, this one's intriguing. This is a... Oh, I had it just then. Oh, okay, so... Okay, so he's got the point there to start with. It's for the front. He's got a different point for the front here. Okay. That's where all the front flow goes. And then connects from there to the bun or the... Okay. Not the bun, but like the ponytail. There we are. That makes sense. So you know where the weight is going. Where the weight is. What's propping it up. Like a little bridge or a hammock. Cool. And the hair just kind of flows. And you gotta make sure that it is, because hair is hair, small at the top because it is, if we think about it like this, it's like stacking chunks here. So it all starts at the top. Then got, oh, where is it? Okay, the longest. Ugh, all the pieces start at the top, so you got chunk here. No, no, no. Okay. Oh, I started the wrong part. But basically, the hair starts pretty much everywhere. It doesn't just start at the top. It starts wherever their hair can grow, right? But you got a little chunk here, or let's say long chunk here. Let's go like that. So you got chunk here. Then the next piece on top of that, it's kind of chunk here. The next piece on top of that is like chunk here. Next piece on top of that is chunk here. And chunk here. And then boom, chunk here. Chunk here. Chunk here. Chunk here. And then you'll get, so you get kind of like a little divot. And then it kind of goes out and like that. Well, it's just kind of like a kind of how hair goes because it stacks on top of itself. I don't know if my analogy there is very well, but yeah, this guy's good. Let me check out. Okay, that's pretty well normal. Let me check out his short hair one. That's okay. There we are, because the short hair is really, short hair is tough. Just got the ear down. Okay. Neck and everything. I gotta work on my perspective, I think. Okay, so he's kind of making a little short hairline already kind of sort of detailed here. Which is, you know, short hair is going to be pretty close to the hairline. No parting line. But there is going to be a crown. Oh, so she's got a bunch of... Well, let me check that again. So not... Okay, so that... One's up top. Of course, pointing up. None of them point in, of course, right? Up and down and up and down. Down. Okay, so this one kind of flows back. So there's just side shaves. Okay. This here. Okay, so he's kind of flowing down and around the ear, which makes sense. You don't really want to flow into the ear. I guess, well, you could, but like generally kind of grows away. So, or I guess this is just where the dividing line is, where it starts to turn on the form. They're just kind of all pointing out. This here, these are pointing this way because of gravity. Kind of, I guess it could go like this, but it's more likely to go like this, or look better, I guess. Because you want, don't want like almost a circle up top here. Okay, these. So you want from the top to kind of show you where the hair is starting. Top to kind of move it forward. And then as you get lower, you curl it up a bit to show its curliness. So rather than just like that, get something more along the lines of kind of like a bit more curly. It's of course not the greatest show of it because I'm not great at curly hair and nobody's gonna notice or recognize what this is. But okay, let's see. Oh, I had the stream paused the whole time. That's all right. I wonder what it was. I still can't see anything. Freaking YouTube control panel, useless. Can't see jack shit. Don't even know if... Okay. Okay, let me do a test comment on my second account. Let's see if it pops up. Yeah. No chat pops up. Is there no chat thing? Okay, let me just check here real quick. I am live right now. Okay, I am literally live right now. Okay. Manage my current stream. Okay. Okay, so there's the comment. Can I... Any timestamps? And... Moderation activity would be great. Alright. Or no, actually there. Pop-out chat, that's what I need. Sheesh. Got it. Oh, that's much better. I just gotta figure stuff out. Okay, I'll have that there for now. I think that's more important than whatever I'm seeing. I think actually I'll just have that right there. Perfect. All right. Oh, it's already 1:30. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, and I've only done one. All right, let me just figure this out real quick. So this guy and this. Okay. Something like that. Oh, that's a bit too high. Okay, and these kind of like poof, poof, poof. And these already starting to get kind of curly here. Nice, like, duh. Okay, starts out from around here. It's kind of, poof, poof. Then he starts curling it up here. So it's getting to the back of the neck. This is not like a human shaped anything or whatever, but like, you know. Human shaped enough. I am. Yeah, let me just kind of like just have the hair. It's easier. Okay, what does he do with this? So yeah, he chunks it like that. Oh, yeah. That's the shaven part at the back. Okay. Okay. Just kind of going wacky with it. Yeah, he's going insano. Okay. A lot more curly than what I was going with. Okay, but it makes sense because what I've got there is a bit too... Oh, I don't know why I'm making it blocky, but easy fix. What I've got here is too like stiff, like it's not human. Well, like, yeah. There's what I'm making right now. It looks like a pine cone. Jeez, but that looks slightly better than what I had before. Not quite right, but close enough, I'd say. But yeah, and I think the last hair is, yeah, kind of regular. All right, so that was that. So let me just do something like a bit shorter actually, because that's kind of how just, something like that. So poof, 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 and doof, poof, 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 poof. Something like that ish. So it's like poof, poof. And ears kind of like right about here. Yeah, a bit lower on that sucker, I believe. Okay. Yeah, whatever works. Poof. Yeah, look at the jaw. Poof. Poof. Okay, something like that ish. Let's kind of fix that up a bit. Oh yeah. All right. So we've got something like that, and then we got back of the neck here, front of the neck here. Let's do this here. Poof, poof. All right. So kind of a head here. Poof, poof. Poof, poof. So nose. Eye. Something like that. Okay. Let me just lightly. Oh, I think well, that's okay. A bit too light, but it worked out. So let's kind of mix a few things here. Well, I don't know if we can. Mullet, maybe? Okay, this is going to be. So we're going to have kind of a crown-ish. Just above this. Have a bit of a crown, bit of a part to back here. Bit of another crown. I don't know if we can do a ponytail on top of that. Oh, maybe we can. Okay, so after that, let me actually also make a ponytail here and one on the other side. I will, yeah, okay. So, this might be too hard. So what I want is something like that. And I want something like that. Like that. And like that. 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 Like that. I think something like that for the front. Actually, let me just get one more in here. Something like that. Okay. And then we want kind of shaved sides. Or just shaved side here. Or we got the. Let's keep it to the back here. Let's where we got the short hair. we got hair coming up here. Got hair coming up. Okay. Actually, should be covered up by that. Short hair down here. Think we'll actually to that, and then have some long hair come down here from the back here. I might have some back there. Actually, some along his hair come down on his shoulder. Which means we'll also have to do the same here. Just make sure that goes back there. Make sure that's too far forward there. I think just the one on his shoulder is okay. What we need to do is add a, so we'll go kind of like this, we'll bump, and then we'll kind of do that, maybe a little bit of this. Nah, I think it'll be better if we just do that. Then we'll kind of do that. Then on the other side, we'll be kind of there. We'll come down. There. 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 There, actually. About that height. Okay, so after we do all that, so can I get this shape defined in here a bit more? Okay. Something like that. Okay. Okay, let's get this sucker some eyes. He's kind of looking over there. He's got a bit of a bushy set brows, although it's not super scary with it. Okay. Goof. Goof. Go something like that. Okay. Okay, let's get actually a little beard to fix up that lip. juicy. Oh, he's gonna look wonderful. He looks so lovely right now. That lip is way off, for sure. That's a bit better. There we are. Something like that. All right, now let's get him kind of getting in there. Let's get that jaw a bit well. A bit more. Uh, something more along these lines. It's kind of okay. I'm just talking to myself more than anything here, which I'm sure you may have noticed by now. Okay, let's see. Just talking to myself and making observations, I guess. Something like that. Okay, so he looks kind of young. Let me just kind of go with something like that. Go kind of something like that. There we are. That's a little bit better. Just some shadow there helps. All right, so what I want is to start up here, the biggest, strongest. Some messy ass hair. Gotta keep that in mind. It's still hair. Okay. Okay. Let's get that there. It's kind of, oh, it's better than the front there. Okay. So it's kind of like a front patch-ish. Oh, that's not a good spot there. Okay. Nah. Okay. And then this guy here, it's got some hair. This hair here, aside from this one here, kind of poofs out here because it's being kind of pulled. It's got some short hair in between, some longer hair hiding. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you can tell. Oh, it's a bit smooth of a transition. Just gonna fix this up here. Make sure you really notice that it just kind of gets there we are. Like it's long out of nowhere. Kind of like a regular do. Something like that. Oh, he looks so young still. That's alright. We'll learn how to make people look old at another day. So I'm gonna take this. Oh no. Hell yeah. Now what's this? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. That's looking good. Just making sure we know where it goes from and to. Yeah. Yeah, let me just actually clear up this back bit because that's not gonna be conducive. And then it starts getting long after that. Okay, but let me get this other side here first. Let me start at the bottom because it's got the. Hell yeah. There we are. I think we learned about hair pretty well from that. Pretty deep. Oh, you can't even see me do it. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Wow. I'm so sorry. Oh. Okay, how about I just cut out the recommended tab? That's better. Oh my god. Can't believe this wasn't. I should have at least centered this. Oh my gosh. This is so embarrassing. This is not my first or last embarrassing moment here. Oh my god. That's rough. That's rough. I think one time my most embarrassing moment probably was when I accidentally streamed just the launcher of a game for like an entire stream instead of the actual game itself. Oh, that was rough. All right, so I think that one was okay. Next one here.
Hello, I'm
Blue biscuits. I am a fan. I'm a fan of blue biscuits in general. Okay, so let's forget everything that the previous person has taught us. Okay, blue, sorry, biscuits. Blue biscuits. All right, blue biscuits. We got intro, tips, coloring, rendering, head shape, forehead, examples. Okay, let's get the intro here.
drawing hair and I'll also be explaining. Having a wide variety of brushes can help you when you're trying to figure out your rendering style or just drawing style in general. Because a bunch of brushes have different pressures and stabilities and stuff.
Well, I gotta figure it out.
Has a bunch of downloadable brushes that artists have made, and you can then get to materials in Clip Studio Paint and just drag it.
Okay.
I've already seen a lot of artists when they start sketching, they use a circle for the head. Well, that's the guideline for a skull. I've seen plenty of artists not plan out their skull or head shape, and it can look amazing, but you can also risk your character having an elongated skull or like a dip in their head because you do not know where like the skull sits and where the hair can flow in and where it can't.
All right.
First, you're going to determine what kind of head shape you would use based on your art style. Mine's more anime, so my head shapes are a lot bigger. But
Queens.
another example of a head shape can be if you have a more realistic style, the head
Okay.
shape will be, and it will help you improve your anatomy. Again, it's on their website.
Okay, 3D
you can
model.
search up 3D
I'm
model.
fine.
I don't see enough people talking about forehead anatomy, but I find it pretty
Okay,
important.
forehead anatomy.
You don't have
Let's
to
check it
know
out.
forehead anatomy perfectly, but I think knowing how big the forehead must be or how small the forehead must be can help you with your facial anatomy a
True.
lot. I stick with like one shaped forehead because I don't think it's that important, but I think knowing just the basics of it. A lot of
Okay.
people ask me why my canvas is grey when I start sketching out. It's a setting I have for when I open my canvas, it immediately opens to grey. You can set it up when you first open your
Yeah, I
canvas
should
and just select
kinda change
canvas
that.
color. I do this so my eyes don't get sore because I have
Yeah.
sensitive eyes, so the
Don't,
white canvas can hurt
Don't hurt
my
my
eyes
eyes.
after a while. Also, something pretty addicting to do with the canvas
I
opening
think
thing
it
is
was a bit
something
loud.
called
Let
the
me turn it
time-lapse
down.
option. You can select it at the bottom
Okay.
here and it'll record everything on your canvas.
Alright. So,
Another drawing tip that I learned pretty early on and that helped me a ton
Okay.
is something called a starting point and direction flow. This
Yeah.
is a point where hair will flow out of, and it also is the starting point of the direction of the hair flowing.
same
Even though where the
thing
starting
as
point sits on your head,
same thing as the previous one. This one looks
you can do a hairstyle from any direction because a starting point will never move
True.
from one direction on a skull. You
Makes
can have
sense.
multiple starting points on a head. It does not just have to be
Okay.
one single. Neutrals on Instagram called Gemini.
Okay, is this
Gemini is very good
one
at drawing hair. They always have very
to
interesting,
kind of see the
like,
flow of
their
the hair?
characters have very interesting hairstyles and
To draw over and see the
so,
flow?
Julian's, this is the character. His starting point starts here, and
Or is it
moves
just
across like this.
explanation of
So this
starting
is
points?
basically where all his hair comes from.
'Kay.
Julian has textured
Um,
wavy hair, so it's not a straight line. It's more like this. This is how the direction flow
And then-
comes out of the starting points. His starting point is over here.
First layer
and
is
it
kind
moves
of
back
this,
just
and
a
then it
bit,
goes
so
that,
just
and then it's
behind
that.
this piece
It's
of
kind
hair
of
over
a-
here. This is where his starting point sits.
I see.
And then he also, I guess his starting point is like over here.
I see.
So it's almost the same as Julian. It's
Makes it
more
a
of
bit
half
dynamic,
focus.
gives it more
So all
shape
his
here.
hair flows from this line out. Like
Oh,
this.
thank you, stream element.
And it kind of does a sweep this way and then this way.
But I'm out of water.
And then he also has
Just Coke. Oh. Biscuits?
the starting points. Almost the same as Julian's
No, biscuits.
forehead.
Okay.
So I can really start exactly where my forehead line
That's
is.
alright.
So I'm basically taking everything from that starting point outwards.
Let's see. Alright.
I think the most blessed
What's the
setting
next
in
tip?
Clip Studio Paint is it has autosave, so it can
Okay.
save from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. I have mine set at 15 minutes.
Okay,
It
strands of
saved
movement
before it
here.
went off.
So,
To make hair simpler,
know where the
you can
forehead
put
is.
hair into strands. So a strand is basically
Yeah.
where the hair flows together. So to make it easier to draw, you put your hair into
Okay.
strands. The bigger your
Oh, I
strands
forgot to
are, the
tweet
more
about this.
continuous
Yeah,
the
it's
look
okay.
look, but the
I'm
smaller
figuring
you are,
shit
the more
out.
realistic it's going to look. Every strand has a different flow. Every strand has
True.
different textures. So you can have a curly strand. So
Mhm.
that means there's a lot more movement in there, and there's a lot more shading
Kind of
that goes in
turning
because
into
of all the movement. And then
blocks
you have more straight strands, which
or
means there'll be
simpler
less shading
sections.
and less movement because the hair is more straight. To determine strands,
Very
I feel
cool.
with
Very
curly hair
natural.
you need a lot more strokes and lines to show that there is a lot more going on.
Let's
There
get this
being a lot of
blocked out
movement is
here.
very little, but with hair you can actually just have as much fun as you want. You can have them standing or straight. You can just go
Okay.
crazy.
That
'cause
is pretty
there aren't
complex,
really
but-
many rules.
Bigger up front, smaller at the back, kind of.
Right now I'll be drawing some examples
background.
with the rules I just explained, so they'll have starting points and different
Okay.
strands and stuff like that. I have already drawn the first hairstyle, which was Julian's hairstyle,
Okay.
and the
Kinda what I
others
had
three
there
are just
before.
random.
It's kind of layering on these ones here. Okay. That's cool. They got a lot of fine control here that I don't have, personally. And well, of course, they're experienced. I see. That's looking cool. That's looking cool, kind of like a... Oh yeah. Very natural. Hell yeah. Go off, Blue Biscuits. All right, what's the tip here?
I'll have to do a completely different tutorial to explain how lighting and shading can affect hairstyles and
Yeah, that's
textures.
alright.
But today I'll just show you a simple hair coloring tutorial that you can do on
Oh,
any just
hair
flat
coloring.
piece. First you need
Okay.
a base color, and then I take a darker color and use the airbrush to show where the hair will be darker. So this is like in between places or under places.
I should make some
and then
hair
I'll take a harder
strands.
brush and I will take it. Then I'll take a harder brush with the same color I did with the airbrush and I will start defining the strands.
Okay.
You can add darker colors for the areas that are more under, so like if it has a loop in the hair, just under the loop you can add the dark areas of part of the hair overlaps each other. You can also add a dark, you can also add the dark color over there. Then when I'm done with the shading, I add a clipping mask to my base layer and I take the blush color that I normally give my characters and I go over that just in the front area.
That's cool.
So it doesn't clash too hard with the skin.
Okay.
When you're done with base coloring and shading, you can use this setting called tonal correction where you can change the hues and for when I went to go into detail of like the shapes I use.
That's cool.
What exactly I do for blending and stuff.
That's cool.
I'll link that in the description if you're interested in checking that out. But
I don't think I'll be able to do this quite yet, but
explanation of what I do.
It's good to see here.
Now I'm going to render. For rendering, I mostly try and stick with movements. So after I've determined the movement of the strand, all my brush strokes will be in the direction of the strand. I don't draw every single hair, so that's why I just leave it mostly towards the strand. A lot more dark circles, because curly hair is a lot more circles and round shapes, so I'll just put a bunch of circles in there and that normally does what it's supposed to.
Okay. Making hair. We kind of just avoid making anything point towards.
Hair, try keeping the colors very light and very neat. And for the final touches with every hairstyle, I always add loose strands, so it's just one or two either going in the face or just outside the.
Okay, so I think stuff here, something like this is good for me to practice at this point right here. Thinking. So something like, let's say I want, so let's say, let me draw an actual circle here. So circle here, and I want, starting point here, go, so I want, or like there's just straight all around. I would want something like, should I start there? Okay, I gotta be wider up here and then kind of follow it down as it kind of does its kind of thing here, because hair is very strandy but also try to make it stay blocky, and it's just pretend it's coming out of straight out at us, so this makes sense a bit. This kind of makes sense. Any outliers can be having a bit of fun, and then it looks like there's some strands here. That's okay. It's a whole lot of yapping in the hair here. Okay, so like that. Cool. How about something instead of that? Let's angle it a bit. Let's so it starts about here, kind of comes up, and kind of like goes like something like that. So we want kind of, this is kind of going like this. A bit tougher from this direction. because I'm trying to apply, unfortunately, real logic to some hair that isn't quite realistic. So let me just kind of make it a bit more like connected to kind of like a point here. Is it a bit better? Kind of like a muscle there. That's okay. How about... Oh, I know the problem. Text that out. Let's try to do the same thing here, but remember that it is... Okay, so it's connected kind of like at this angle, let's see. It's gonna come up here, down here. It's gonna come up here, down here, kind of like that, kind of like that. And then let us treat it like the 3D shape that it is. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. Let's treat it like that. Whoa. Okay, so still gonna be kind of like that ish. Just gonna go like that. Clear that up. Something there along those lines. Something along those lines. It's okay, and then we will kind of just like do something like that. All right, not too bad, right? Not crazy bad. I think there's a bit too much. I got a bit too much going on at the bottom here. Let me just figure that out. So this goes here. This can block off and just kind of go like that. That looks like a leak. Vegetable. That looks, I think, a bit better like that. There we are. Ooh, look at that. Bit blocky, but that's exactly kind of what I was going for. Oh, I forgot I had chocolate here. Oh, sheesh, good stuff. Let me try kind of a curly piece next. Oh, what? Oh, me. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. Make sure I can do it. Kind of both ways at least, or close to. Okay, and then kind of just like a something like that. Okay. So very Yu-Gi-Oh-esque. Square blocky ass hair. But it's my first attempt there. And now we're going for something like... let's just go like this. It's just gonna have little curly bits up front, and then we're gonna kind of get very, very curly up over here. Something like that. Oh, see, even my stick figure, just ball head hairs are... Whoa, whoa. The hair on the circles I'm drawing are starting to look better, is what I meant. Alright, so this is going to be kind of like the second one here. I guess I'm going backwards. This is very, like, very curly. So I'm going on both ends of this extreme here. Or if I could do a little short one first just to try. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little up and around. And I'm gonna do an up and around. Making sure to curl it like that. So I think what I want out of this is like that. So this, twist that becomes the front, this becomes the front. That becomes that one. Let me just go like that. It's that one. Okay, let me. So as this goes here, this guy. Twists. Okay, so this guy kind of comes up around. It's becomes this one kind of goes like this. Well, this kind of goes like that. It's like that. This one twists. Here. This kind of just finishes off over here. And let me get rid of little bits inside here. Okay, yeah, just actually just straight up. That doesn't look quite. That doesn't look very good, personally. I gotta make sure it knows. It knows it's twisting. And this does not know that it's twisting. Because there we are. Oh, that looks terrible. I think, personally. Okay, it's because I have it too, like it is kind of twisty, but it's very have it too 3D shape-y. Definitely need it a lot flatter. So let me kind of go like this. And then kind of at the bend here, it starts twisting. Right? Where does it start twisting? Okay, so this here kind of like that. Kind of goes like that. Oops. I confused myself. So basically, that starts like that. Let's get this sucker over here. Okay. Let's get that, keep that on the outside. That becomes that right there. That disappears as that appears. That kind of comes the outside as that appears. That stays the outside as this. Kind of goes like that. Like that. Alright, my bad. I will. Kind of goes like that. That kind of just... Oh, did I confuse myself? I might have. And also that doesn't really flow well. Need more of this. More of this. Very, yeah, okay. I see what they... I'm too busy trying to make up my own ideas here. And that's kind of we can run into some problems here. So let me just be a bit smarter about this and look at the person who's a lot better than I am here. So the shapes that they've got here. Okay, so they've got something kind of like this. Kind of one big chunk like that. And this shape goes along and becomes the next big chunk like this. And this chunk stays like that, kind of like that. It's attached to the hair. I made the chunk a bit too big, but okay. And this chunk becomes this next chunk. Okay. This chunk finishes off with this chunk. Okay, a lot better than my little snake here. Similar idea though. I'm trying to make it too like 3D blocky. And I gotta remember, hair is hair. Even though I'm trying to kind of break it down to a 3D shape, it's not gonna be like a cube worm. It's gonna be hair. So let me try to break down the squiggle to something kind of like something a bit more tangible here. Alright, lovely little squiggle. Ah, a lot more simple when I didn't overcomplicate it. Overcomplicated it. Something like that. And then we can just kind of like, okay, like that. Squiggle like that. Squiggle like that. Squiggle like that. And boom. Two squiggly bits of hair kind of intersecting each other. And kind of like, there we are. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I just gotta let go. Gotta let go a bit. I'm too rigid. Too rigid, especially for this kind of hair. If I wanted to actually do something kind of rigid with this hair, I would do kind of like a kind of like a and then I would mm, mm, kind of like do okay. That looks, even though that doesn't look great, it looks far better than what I had there. Far better than what I had. Not really. I think I'm delusional right now. Might just be making stuff up. All right. And let me do one big guy here. So let me do a big guy like that. Let me do the opposite of what they got there. So I want to start here. Okay. So I want to, this goes up like this. So I want to go like this. Kind of like a big chunk, and then I want this chunk to kind of turn into continuation. And I want a chunk like this. I want like a little looping bit here as I make and I just gotta thicken it up because it's there we are. Just gotta be able to hold the weight. So that's a nice one there. Let me just kind of shade-ish the bottom parts-ish of this part. Kind of like that. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And this one's kind of in between. So this one will get like this. It's kind of straight-ish, and then we'll kind of like give it a little bit of a twist here. Straight-ish with a bit of a twist. Straight hair here, and straight. Bit of a you know how hair goes sometimes. There, I got like a quarter of a hair there. That's pretty good. So I think that's decent. That's of course on the front. Let me just something like this front. Something like and Oh. Boom. Just made someone's hair. Don't know who, but somebody. Alright, cool beans. These examples are nice. I think I might... It was pretty nice for rendering hair, sorry. So that's sweet. They got the flow. They got the flow. Okay. I like this one. Good job, Blue Biscuits. You know, I think just looking at your work is... makes me improve, which is pretty sick. Oh, it's so nice to see people good at things and to like be able to learn from them. Oh, and for free too. That's just sick. All right, let's move on to another section here. First let me eat my draw like a sir. Hell yeah. This guy helped me, well, not like personally, like he didn't come over to my place and help me, but watching his videos helped me simplify anatomy a bit, like full body. Among other things. So, let's see. Okay, let's start it out. Oh, sorry. Draw like a sir. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright.
What kind of video I should upload next to my English channel. So I decided to translate my video on how to draw hair for beginners.
Cool.
Now, before we start, there's something you absolutely have to know.
Alright.
And that is that there's all different kinds of art styles in which you can portray hair.
True.
You can portray it cartoony, elaborate, simple, crazy, or maybe not at all. Everyone has their own preferences, and so there's no objective good or bad here. Just
this guy's just too good.
I'm also saying that because my videos tended to get shown in schools, and sadly teachers always turned off the video right when I was about to say that there's no objective good or bad art.
Okay.
But bottom line, I'm gonna show you how hair and hairstyles work, but you can apply your own style and technique if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna draw hair in single strands.
So let's start from the beginning. Most people already start to struggle with step number 1, the baseline for the hair. Please be aware that there's more to your head than just your forehead. When your base is off, your hairstyle will be off as well. Now all of your hair comes from this spot right here. In Germany we call it the Wirbel, which means vortex, and yes, I did pronounce it that way on purpose. I know, we didn't draw any hair yet in this video about hair, but it's really important for you to know how to start off. This vortex decides the direction in which your hair goes, and with this knowledge you should be able to...
So this one is like more realism kind of.
Or something that at least resembles a hairstyle.
Right.
The next point is that hair likes
to does make sense. Like it's like the other ones there, especially. Well, no, like this one was kind of my mullet, pigtails, you know, whatever. Oh, twin tails, not pigtails. My bad. Twin tails plus mullet combo. Think there we are. Like this stuff kind of didn't follow that here, the longer hair stuff. This one kind of didn't, kind of did. Like not all of your, like he's showing here, he's showing that is where like the hair starts, but that's not where every piece of hair starts. That's not how it should be taken there. That's where the hair leads to. So it starts here, and then like the strands start from there and go out from there from multiple points up to where your hairline is. But that's like the direction they are leaving. Your roots generally are pointing away from that point. So that's what I think that's what he's trying to, that's what he means there.
Together. This kinda makes sense because you wouldn't draw hair by hair individually, but rather strand by strand.
True.
Congratulations, you are now able to draw a run-of-the-mill mid-2000s Justin Bieber hairstyle.
Hell yeah.
If you are someone with an eye for detail, you can add some more strands coming from the general direction of the vortex. Maybe some of them keep the direction of the vortex, some don't, I don't know. Add a little randomness. You can also draw additional strands over those strands. It's completely up to you how much more detail you add. Like I said before, some people prefer when their hair is drawn more detailed and some don't. Also, something important about hair physics you gotta know, small strands bond together and tend to combine into bigger strands.
Yeah, makes sense.
Remember, that's why I told you never to draw hairs individually.
Yeah.
It looks untidy and uncombed. Hair sticks together to form larger strands. That's why mostly has a stepped transition, at least if the barber did his job right.
I like this comparison here.
You can see this kind of diamond shape if you use your imagination.
Okay.
We can now apply this knowledge with the thicker strands to our previously
that makes
drawn
sense.
hairstyle. When it comes down to it, this hairstyle only consists of a couple of big strands.
Okay. True.
Even if you cut your hair in a straight line, you could still faintly see how it used to resemble a strand before.
Okay.
Of course, if you prefer the more simple way, you can just draw your hair in a couple of big strands and call it a day.
Okay.
Do you get it now?
That's cool.
There's so many styles and variations. The possibilities
I just opened my eyes.
Endless.
Okay.
Well, with a bit of practice, you can now draw this cookie cutter hairstyle we practiced. But of course, there are many more. But the more wrinkles you draw in, the thinner the clothing looks. And the same thing goes for your hair as well.
Okay.
Here you can see a small example of what I'm talking about. I guess we can all agree
that makes sense.
on the left looks a lot thinner.
That totally makes sense. Sorry, I kind of skipped over, but like what he just said there was that like the more wrinkles you add to cloth, the thinner it looks, which is true. But he's saying that the more strands you add, the thinner the hair looks. Or I guess the more stray strands, the more like detailed strands you get thicker hair out of bigger chunks, which makes sense. Because you struggle to see strands in really thick hair.
Right.
It'd be
like I said,
very chunky.
There's no better or worse. All of this depends on your personal preference. Just
not in real life, of course, but like,
if
you know,
want to draw hair more
kind
realistically and thinner, you shouldn't be shy to draw in more details. And when we're on the topic
I might
of
have lost the
detail,
plot earlier.
maybe you noticed that the hairstyle I drew at the beginning was pretty smooth and slick. The only thing that was a tad chaotic were the tips of the hairstyle. Kinda makes sense, right? Your hair sticks together in the middle, and it's only at the tips where it comes apart.
Yeah.
That's the way you draw a tidy hairstyle. However, if you want to draw an untidy hairstyle, you can let some hair or even whole strands come off right in the middle. Believe me, you wouldn't be the first person to draw an untidy hairstyle like this.
Whoops.
Also, a tip about hairlines, the beginning of your hair isn't simply an evened out zigzag pattern. It's just as random as the rest of your hair naturally is. So you can imagine it in strands as well if that helps you.
Okay.
Of course, all of this was only the tip of the iceberg. There are tons and tons of hairstyle that I could talk about, like braids, partings,
Okay, so that's kind of like he's finishing off there. Oh, hang on.
For example, I could make a video about how to draw dynamic hair and how it looks in the wind.
Okay.
But as you can see, this video would amount to an absurd amount of work.
Okay, never mind there. That was a different sort of thing. All right, let me kind of like, all right. So essentially, let's see. Let's just do a groove. Just gonna do that. We'll do boof. Ba 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 ba. Something like that. Something like that. Cool. Well, something like. Oh, you gotta be careful because those do. Whoa, way too slanted. Yeehaw. That way a bit more like that. And a bit more like that. And a bit more like that up there. So like this, but more like this, but more like this. Like that. Okay. Thank you, Streamlabs. A bit more like this. Okay. Something kind of like that. Sure, I know where the center of the face is. Kind of like there. Kind of like there. Just making sure. You know how it goes. He looks like he's got a big set of lips and one big eye right now. Sort of. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing. Like we're looking at the same thing, but I'm seeing something. Okay. That one. Poof, poof. Okay. So it's kind of like doo, doo, doo. Oh yeah. All right. All right. So essentially, whoops. Essentially something like that. Something like that. Should I say something more like that? Because that's gonna like that. Just gonna kind of bring up something like that. Just gonna bring up kind of something like that. Oof. Something like, kind of like that, because it's kind of sort of angled down-ish. Do I even know what I'm drawing? I'm drawing a human. An human. I'm drawing an human. Something like that-ish. Oh, something more like that. That's better. Too far back here. This guy here. It's also a bit. No, that's a bit. Okay. Kind of wasting a bit of time with how badly I am remembering anatomy here, but that makes sense on some sort of level. Yeah, good enough, I'd say. Except that's supposed to be, you know. Yeah, it's something. You know what? It's something. All right, focusing on here. So, it's a smaller forehead because we usually. Oof, my bad, bro. Nah, that's right though. A bit of a brow going on here. Just go like that. This guy. Kind of like that. Poof, poof. Something like that. And something like that. This guy. It's a bit more. In because. Oh, I see. I'm getting it. See, I'm also learning just some regular anatomy here too. Ugh, these suckers. Except I just still want to. Okay, boom. Kunk. Boom. Kunk. Boom. Ugh. My eyes are telling me things. And I'm listening. I'm listening right now. Except it's not the most important part of what I'm doing right now that I'm listening to. Yes. Well, whatever. I'll keep it like that. Doing to A. Ah, why are you telling me that now? You know I can't. Whoops. You know I can't. I don't have much time. Let me just try some of this here. So the crowns here kind of radiate outwards. Okay. So let's think of this one big strand here. Whoa, too big of a strand. Okay, so like this. Big strand. Okay, something like that. And then let's cut it short here and poof. And big strand here. Oh. Cut that short. And then another big strand. Poof. And we like poof, poof, poof. poof, poof. Clumps up at the bottom because we're poof. I don't know what oh, I'm just making shit up. That doesn't even look like any sort of hair I've seen before. Oh, that looks terrible. Look what I've gotten myself into. Oh, way too high off the top there. Okay, so like, oof. It's just like, oof. Something like that, and like, boom, 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 boom. Something like that. Boom. Okay. Oof. 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 Something like. Let me just erase some bits here. And oh, something like that. All right. Okay, so okay. Okay. Um, whoa, buddy. There we go. A little bit better. A bit lower. We're just feeling, whoa, too low. We're just feeling this. Feeling this out. Just having fun. This is not quite. Nose needs to be over. Whoops. Kind of over there. Kind of like that. And kind of does that. Okay, just that. Something like that. Oh. We're getting closer. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. It's kind of like a... We're figuring it out. Melting this. The jaw looks to be what I'm struggling with as well here. That's good enough there. The perspective's still a bit off, but also the hair's fucked. The hair doesn't look good. Oh no, I definitely melted this chocolate. Oh shit. I was squeezing it in my hand. Oh. I'm a monster. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I got one more. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. Hell yeah. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Yummy. All right. Just looking at what we've done so far. We're doing kind of good. Kind of chill. We've been... Look at this. Even though it's not the greatest action, let me just... It's like airbrushing. Boom. Okay, once we see where the... There's the problem. And besides that. Okay, so we got something decent here. So let's think of it like this. That. Mm-hmm. Okay, something like that. Okay. Okay. Back that out a bit. Mm. Okay. Kind of like that. Just airbrush this out. Kind of like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, boom. Isn't that a cool looking human? Just a head though. No clue what, I'm getting better. I'm getting there. Now, if you ask me to draw a woman, we're not quite there. I could draw a female body, but I can draw a male body. But I can draw a male face, but I can draw a female face. Or feminine, I should think. Masculine and feminine. Masculine. Masculine and feminine. There we are. Oh, articulation. Articulation. It's kind of tough sometimes. Okay. Hmm. something like this. The sides will look a lot thinner, especially since I got a lot of individual strands. Then something like yeah. That does make sense. Then compared to oh yeah. He's right. Kind of. Or maybe I'm just doing it terribly. Yeah, I think it's right. I don't have water right now. I'm not being healthy. I think that's looking all right, right? That makes sense. It's the thick and the thin. Oh yeah. Just cross your eyes, merge them together into one hairstyle. Oh, almost. Hang on, I almost got it. Oh. Okay, hang on. Ugh, not quite. All right. I should have left the lo-fi on. Okay, so this is okay. And 2, 3, 4. I'm running low on time here. So next I will do... Okay. So let me get rid of this one. Whoa, Mark Burnett. I love this guy. Well, I don't love him I just love his tutorials. Mark. Okay. And then we got, after that, pretty sure we got Proco, also great. And then after that, we got Cynic's Design. Design. All right. Oof. I will probably leave this off here for now, because I don't have time tonight. I gotta do something tomorrow. Gotta make sure I get a full night's sleep in today. But I'm about halfway through, and I think I've already made great improvements. Just looking at a few different tutorials here. I did like the first one. And I think it's better for me to learn rather than just trying to rather than to copy just what I see and like the steps as I see them, is to kind of look at what the artist has made there and try to break it down kind of in my head, the flow, like how I was trying to kind of apply a lot of things that I didn't need to at this point. And I looked at what the artist did and what made it look like the thing I was trying to make it look like. And just kind of figured out what parts those were. Just took them out and kind of, you know, morphed it into something that looked like, yeah, that's hair. Because I don't have to worry about the whole, like the ribbon thing is cool if I want to, if I can't translate it into what I'm actually trying to make it, then it's not really worth doing, right? Like this is much more worth doing than trying to block out individual ribbons. Unless I'm trying to be like super realistic there, but I don't think I ever will. It's not what I'm aiming for. Yeah, look at this handsome fella. I wonder if... I do wonder. Nah, that's fine. I've probably never seen a human before. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, I'm going to leave that off for tonight. So, thanks for dropping by. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm not sure when it's going to be, but I'll actually announce it on my Twitter this time. And I have not had my socials visible this whole time. So that's pretty funny. Well, there's my socials there. They aren't supposed to be showing up at the same time, but that's okay for right now. Anyways, there we are. Oh, all right. Have a good night, everyone. And I'll see you next time. Ending the stream in 3, 2, 1, end.